Okay, welcome back to another pro player point of view. So this is Joey, or I am Joe. So this is one of the pros from the original Age of Mythology, the Titans Voobly edition. So he's known for playing his Egyptian, his Isis, his Ra Ansa. I think he plays them all. He plays them quite aggressive. Um, in a lot of the old tournaments, he was one of the players that I really wanted to watch. He always has some really good games. I think he can play all the gods. It's just Egyptians are his favorite. And so this is the round 4 of the Red Bull Wallaloo tournament qualifiers. And you get one ban each. So I'm assuming that Nyan Racing Cat, who he is against, he is the Thor player. We're watching Joey's perspective, which is the Hades. But I'm assuming he would have banned a Egyptian god if he knows who I am Joe is, or Joey. I'm going to call him Joey for this because that's his name here. But on Voobly, he is known as I am Joe, and I think he is on all of uh, all of the websites for this sort of stuff. But we are going to call him Joey. So the map here is Marsh. So Marsh is obviously known for all its hunt. So he's got quite a nice town center being back here. Obviously, we don't know what's on it. He's doing a bit of pig scouting, which is really good. So because this is a tournament game, it means that these guys are going to go all out sweatiness of actually scouting, of all of the tiny little micro tricks that normally you might not be bothered to do just because you're playing for fun. So these are really good games to watch just to see what kind of stuff people can get up to. So I'm doing this very similar to the other ones as a point of view, rather than casting the game and saying this is what happened. It's more about what can we learn from the player's point of view and apply to our own games. So Hades is a really popular pick, so I think this is going to be a great one to watch. And I'm sure that Joey plays a lot of Hades. I thought that he's known for his Egyptian and his Hades, so it's good that Hades has been grabbed here, probably his first pick. Hades is great because you can go aggressive with Hippocon and Athena and the Minotaur and the big restoration push, or you can play it kind of slow. You can defend. You can get a second town center. You can get your Sentinels down, which is the god power where you slap down a load of stone archers. You can then get your archers, head to the heroic age, and get free ballistics, which is one of the best archer techs in the game because it basically makes your units not be able to miss. I mean, you still can miss if the opponent micros it very well, but if someone's running in a straight line, you hit it instantly. So he is going for what looks like maybe one more villager here, so it's probably going to be a 315 click up, or potentially a 330 if he wants to delay it, but he will be there for a 315 if he wants to. And it's really good to get your Ajax out early on Marsh because there's some really good relics for you to grab. He's heading over to this one, Thunderclad Shawl, which is Pierce Armor Vulnerability for your human units. Maybe not the best one, but I think the reason that he's getting it is so that the opponent doesn't take it away. Because obviously Thor isn't going to have many Pierce Armor units, Pierce Attack units, sorry, because he's mainly known for his hack damage, apart from Trolls and Goddy, but Trolls are only one option, and Goddy isn't till the third age. But that's just he's just taking it away because Hades wants to go a lot of archers. So we've chosen Athena here. See if there's any other good relics that he'd want to pick up. Heroes regenerate while fighting, so that's 10% lifesteal. They word it so weird. I think it's 10% lifesteal for heroes, which isn't bad. You know, you're not going to say no. Cheaper villagers by 15%. That is a solid relic. I think he might be grabbing that one. And armory gold. Wait, what? Armory improvements cost less gold. That's really strange. 50% less gold. I mean, that's a good upgrade. That's a very strange 50% less gold. I mean, they all cost gold, so you're definitely going to want that. So he's going one base play, not going for a second town center. So archery range military academy. I mean, it's probably what you want to do against Norse. You don't really want to go second town centers against Norse a lot of the time. But it is a bit different for Thor because Thor, you can see, we shouldn't see this, but he is getting his armory upgrades in, and you can kind of assume that that is what the Thor player is doing without scouting. Obviously, if you're scouting it, which he did scout the Dwarven armory, I just didn't pay attention. So he knows that the Thor player is getting those early things out. Now, what he can do here, is just do a cheeky wall. It's just a really nice play. Really nice early wall. Marsh is really good for this. This wall is so cheap and has so much value from it. You can run either side of it, and there's just a really nice play with the wall there. You might even put one down here. It's not as valuable because the pond here hasn't really fallen well for him. You can see for the opponent, the walls are a lot easier. You could just get 2 walls nice and easy, but his one's spawned a bit funny, which is why he's placed his military buildings like this. He could put a tiny wall here if he really wants to. So really good. Little bit of harassment with the berserk, but for now he just wants to defend. The opponent we can see, but he's probably coming with raiding cavalry. It's just the best option for the Norse players. So we just want to, as the Hades player, he's going to want to sit the hoplites on the raidable food sources and things like that, or he might just go on the aggressive, which is looking like what he's going to do. So the enemy can come around here and raid here, which is why he's got a really cheeky hoplite here, which is mainly for the vision, unless he sneaks through this tiny little gap, but it's going to be unlikely that he knows that there's going to be a hoplite waiting here. And then sitting in the middle, getting a bit of aggression done. This is a really nice hoplite. Just so something like this gives you so much value. He's now scouted that the enemy Thor player at Nyan Racing Cat is going for a full dwarf build, which is really interesting. Now, I haven't played enough Thor to know what that means. I'm assuming somebody like Joey is probably going to know what that means. And look at this hoplite. So a Nyan Racing Cat has just come in with a cheeky raiding cavalry to see what's actually going on. The hoplite was there, perfectly saw it, and that means that Joey could just go around and shank with the villagers and not get caught off guard. I'd say that's some really nice play. Now, what Hades likes to do, and what you probably should do with a lot of gods anyway, is start to get your classical age techs. So this is your pickaxe, or your archaic age tech, sorry. Your pickaxe, your hand axe, and your husbandry. Because it gives a 10% boost to your gold, wood, and then your food gather rate is fattens up the pigs quicker. So it's nice to get around now after you've definitely defended yourself and made sure that your opponent's not going for some kind of 2-town center, because the 2-town center play does beat the hand axe pickaxe in terms of economy. But obviously we've got a nice army out here. Now, it's going to be interesting where he decides to go from now. So I'm assuming because he's got husbandry, it means he wants to sit in his base, and he knows the opponent's coming with the raiding cavalry, which means he wants to sit on his chickens, he wants to sit on his berries, and just get the hoplites there to defend. 2 hoplites against the 4 isn't going to win, but he might be able to take one out. And he always has the sentry tower to hide in and just kind of pop in and out of. And the Zom comes down just nice. It's always there to defend yourself as the Hades player. And he did actually do the garrison. He has lost 1 hoplite there, but he has defended himself nicely. And a hoplite for a raiding cavalry is a fine trade. I think raiding cavalry costs slightly more, but I think they're basically actually they're pretty much the same. So it's an even trade, nothing to worry about there. He didn't really lose much time on the villagers. And this is exactly what you wanted to do as Hades, is you just want to sit back. And you can also put the pressure on like he tried to do earlier. This is a wall that it has a decent amount of value. It's just not as valuable as this wall. But as we said, the map hasn't spawned nicely for him, but he has capitalized by doing these tiny little walls. This is something that I would really take away from this, is small walls can give huge value. And then just how he's placing the buildings here, this wood source is just unraidable unless he comes all the way around the side. So Nyan Racing Cat is attacking from 2 angles, and we're seeing that he actually has a very big army here. So Joey might get out some more archers to deal with this. I think that's probably the best play, or maybe get watchtowers even is probably a good play also. Depends on what he wants to go for. Or if he just wants to save those resources, he obviously wants to go up to the next stage, which is what he was planning to. He's going through Apollo. Apollo's good because you can do an underworld play, or you can you can also get some extra upgrades for your archers. They get more damage, I believe, is the Apollo upgrade, if I'm not mistaken, if it hasn't changed since Legacy. And we're just in a good spot here. Now, what died there to get a shade out? Maybe there was something attacking over here. That's really strange. Not actually sure what that was. Now, Joey is obviously he is in the dark. He doesn't know what the opponent's doing. He knows that he's massing an army, because obviously we've seen a huge army come at us. I didn't see whether it had many upgrades. I'm sure he would have noticed that. Um, it actually doesn't, which means we can assume he might be going to the next stage. But he does have the upgrades, obviously, in the shield and the hack. But the Toxotes here are just so strong, and as soon as he hits the next stage, they get even stronger with the ballistics upgrade. And he's also getting medium archers. I think that's, it looks like it's pre-queued. No, it's not. It isn't pre-queued. It's after the Toxotes build. So what I was saying about he is in the dark about what the enemy's doing. And when you're in that position as Greek, the best thing to do, build a Pegasus. You'll know exactly what's happening. Now, all he's doing is going around with this Pegasus. He could do an Underworld here, and that is why Nine Racing Cat is scared. He's scared of the Underworld, because the Underworld can absolutely pick off those units very quickly. And if the Thor player is on one town center, one base, then killing off, I think that was eight villages, is going to be a huge thing. And we can see up here, I try to not look at it because I want to see it from the point of view of who we're looking at, which is Joey, but the villager count is basically equal, which means he didn't go for a second town center. I think I said this in another one, but if you know how to turn this off, please let me know, because I would like to do a pure point of view. So we're seeing here that Watchtowers is up, but he doesn't have ballistics, so the Pegasus can run under that all day. Now, the thing is, so a 9 Racing Cat has gone for the full dwarf build, or the loads of dwarfs in the archaic age, which means that his gold mine has run out ages ago, and his second gold mine is half done. So this means that he's either going to, oh, this is a great Underworld play. It means that he's going to either have to run to a second one, or he's going to have to use the Dwarven gold mine to actually sit back. But this is just such a great play because the 2 gold mines are here, and he can easily pick on the dwarfs. Now, I wouldn't have run away if I was 9 Racing Cat. I probably would have run to my base and gone, no, I'll just use my Dwarven Armory. But actually, there's a lot of units coming here, and the units are being a bit funny. Now, what is the counter to flaming weapons? The counter to flaming weapons is run away in your Underworld Passage. The Underworld Passage is already there. Hopefully, for Joey, the pathing is actually good for him, and the pathing was kind of fine. So that is a flaming weapons for Underworld. Flaming weapons is so strong. So I think this worked out for Joey here. He caused a lot of idle time for the dwarfs. He also picked off the fortress. So I would say for Joey, he came out ahead on that. But I don't know, he did lose quite a few units as well. So maybe it's a bit more of an even trade. But he does know where the gold mine is, and he knows that this one's half done, and this one has just started. So he wants to obviously come and attack this. So what is he starting to build? So he's building just more of what he has, but he's going for Hippaspis. Hippaspis are so good. They have a lot of hack armor, and they're so good against Norse, I should say. They're not so good, they're so good against Norse, because Norse wants to use a lot of hack armor. Oh, I accidentally pressed my hotkey for an attack move. Apparently I can attack move his units, which is quite funny. I don't do much spectating, so this is interesting. Okay, so we are going to go for a raid on the enemy gold mine there. So the enemy's obviously put a troll here, so because trolls have decent line of sight, they're a ranged unit, very good. But our man Joey here, he has ballistics, so those dwarfs can't run away well. Unfortunately, he used the special for the Minotaur there. When you're doing raids, unless you're hitting them towards you, you kind of want to turn that off. But it's just something that you need to think about in the moment. And there's a lot of other things I think about, so I don't blame him for not thinking about it there. So he knows that the enemy flaming weapons is down, and the flaming weapons is such a big power spike for the Norse player, and it costs a lot of favor to reuse. 250 for a Norse player is a hell of a lot, because they can't actively try and get it. They just passively get it from fighting. And if you're not fighting him, then you're not giving him the flaming weapons. So you kind of have to be tactical about when you do fight Norse players in that regard. So I've kind of ignored the macro side. I've just been, I have more been checking about him raiding the gold mine. But within this time, Joey has decided to go up through Artemis. So Artemis gives you divine damage, a divine damage upgrade for your archers. So it actually gives them I think it's either 1 divine damage or it's the poison divine damage. I can't remember which one the Artemis tech is. But has he started to get any of these? Oh no, so he's also got obviously the Thunderclad Shawl. And he's got the hack armor upgrade, which is a really good one to get when you're playing against Norse, the hack armor regions. So this is the new patch where Mythic Age takes 2 minutes. So you would be expecting you'd be expecting Joey to actually start attacking now, but he's still got 30 seconds left, which is kind of annoying. So he's just kind of having to sit back. I don't know. I don't like that change. But you know, it is what it is. I think it's because a lot of the high level players were turtling back and just going fast mythics, and this is a really nice play to grab a forward town center, because one thing that Joey does have here is he has all of the map control, and he knows that the gold mine is probably depleted here, or he's on this one. He's probably on this one, waiting to save this one for later. So this is just such a good play to take the map control, to take away this gold mine, take away this gold mine. Then he's kind of forced out to the sides. And it means that also and also just obviously dropping Earthquake, wrecks all the houses. Earthquakes are so strong. Is he actually going to stop? Did he stop the Mythic Age? He stopped the Mythic Age. He didn't know that Nine Race Cat was going Mythic Age. Maybe he did. Obviously, he's probably better than me. He probably did suspect that could be the case, so why not drop it ASAP? And here we go. That's when the Myth Unit special was good, and these Toxotes on the back are just going to be absolutely shredding. Need to micro away the Manticore, and this is just a little 180, a kind of a micro, and it's just so good to do to get your vulnerable units to the back. A nice restoration which keeps the Manticore alive. In comes the Chimera. Chimera does huge damage. And this was just all about the timing on these gold mines. He knew that if he got the map control here, he basically cuts off most of the gold mines. So he knew that he'd have to be. I mean, he could be on the side here. He actually has a lot. I mean, this is the thing with this Thor build. The Thor build, I guess it's strong. I have no idea. I haven't actually used it. But the issue with it is you have to have so much gold, because you've got all these dwarves. They need to be gathering gold to be efficient. So it means your gold mine just goes so quick. So even though he obviously lost this fight, it isn't like he could just back down and then send everyone over to these gold mines, because I mean, you're just going to get raided over here, and yeah, I I really do like watching Joey play. I think he's one of my favorite players to watch in all of the tournaments. I don't think he streams very much, but he's always one I feel like I'm always rooting for when I watch him in the tournaments. But if you like these kind of pro player point of views, please let me know. I might stream some if that's something that people would like to do. I'm not much of a streamer. I much prefer the videos, but if streaming is something that people would like to watch, please let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.